CTV News, Vancouver Island Report.
Good evening. Disturbing new details are emerging about a sex offender who has been released into the Comox Valley. Last night on Vancouver Island Report, we brought you a public warning from the RCMP issued after police learned that Adrian Wilson was being released from prison today and was going to be living in the Courtenay Comox area. Tonight we have new information on the horrifying crime Wilson was convicted of. As CTV's Gord Curvis shows us, Wilson was sent to prison after hijacking a motorhome and sexually assaulting a 72-year-old woman.
This is the Nanaimo Correctional Facility, where then 25-year-old Julian Adrian Wilson was serving a one-year sentence for armed robbery. It was October 15th, 2002, and Wilson was released after doing time and was put on a bus to Powell River. But what happened next shocked many.
Very much so. Very shocking. Almost like something you'd see out of a Hollywood movie.
According to court records, the driver kicked Wilson off the bus because he was drinking and harassing a young female passenger. He began hitchhiking along the Island Highway south of Courtenay and tried to flag down an elderly couple driving a motorhome north. Wilson tried to catch a ride, but the couple refused and drove around him. Wilson then jumped onto the back of the motorhome. He made his way up to the top of the vehicle as it continued northbound. He then smashed a skylight and dropped down into the vehicle. He threatened the 76-year-old man who was driving. Then the court heard he robbed the pair and sexually assaulted the 72-year-old woman, all as it proceeded northbound towards Courtenay. He eventually jumped out of the motorhome when it reached this Courtenay intersection. He was arrested by police a short time later.
We feel that the entire community needs to be aware of this gentleman, and that's why we're making sure that we tell everyone.
Yesterday, RCMP took the unusual step in notifying the public that Wilson would be released back into the Comox Valley. That's because Wilson served his 8 years for that crime.
There will be a group of dedicated officers checking on him and making sure that he is abiding by those conditions that he's been placed on to ensure the safety of the public.
But Courtenay's mayor isn't so pleased the man will be coming back to the Comox Valley to live with relatives.
I'm very concerned about this person's record and what this person has done in the past. So I would lean much more toward let's not worry as much about benefit of doubt for him, and let's worry more about the potential safety of our public.
Mayor Larry Jangala is also a former RCMP officer, spending much of his time dealing with violent and sexual offenders.
A sex offender is like an alcoholic or a drug addict. They can be treated, they can never be cured, and there's never any guarantee that they will not offend again.
RCMP say if any public see the 33-year-old First Nations man violating any of his restrictions, they should feel free to call 911. Gord Curvis, CTV News, Courtenay.